Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pounds show. This is the Daps and Pounds show. Yeah, you know.
What's up? How's everybody doing? Guess what? This is what episode are we on?
20.
Wow.
Dang.
We've given you guys...
2 dimes.
We've given you guys, if you think of all like the hour and 30-minute shows, we've given you guys well over 24 hours of content now.
Days worth.
That means that if you are behind, if it's a rainy day, if you are sick, if you just want to have a day where you want to be entertained and in bed all day long, guess what? Go to YouTube, search the Daps and Pound Show, go to Stitcher, go to iTunes, anywhere like that, and just put in the Daps and Pound Show, and you can lay in bed all day and listen or watch to 24 hours of the Daps and Pounds Show. This is episode 20. We're giving you guys so much content, guys. Today's a big episode. Make sure you hit us on social media. So that means Daps_Pounds on Twitter, Daps_Pounds on Instagram. Got feedback this week. People said they liked the show last week.
Awesome.
So that's good. But we want that feedback on iTunes and Stitcher and YouTube. So leave a comment, leave a like on the video on YouTube, leave a review. That helps us in the ranking. So make sure you do that if you haven't already. Shout out to the loyal listeners. We love you. Shout out to Mr. Top 5 himself, Jeff, for always providing the top 5s. Yeah, it's going to be a good show today. We're going to give you a lot.
We have so much to cover.
And that's why we represent 2 mics.
2 friends.
And 1 show. The Daps and Pound Show.
Look at that. We got so excited for episode 20.
Intro.
You just skipped right on over. Because you forgot what show it was. That's why. That's what threw you off.
Yeah. I was like, is this episode... I think that's good, though, when we start having so many episodes where I'm like...
Oh, my gosh.
What if we get to, like, 200 and we're like... What episode is this? 204 or 2 like...
It's a lot.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. We're putting in work for you guys. We hope you enjoy it. What are we going to talk about today?
Oh, my goodness. So we're going to be giving you that good, bad. We're going to be talking about the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about a big fight that's coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking a little bit about E3 coverage.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking a little bit about that XXL coverage.
Yeah, the new freshman cover, yeah.
We're going to be talking about that new music.
As always.
And we're going to give you that top 5. In honor of the end of the NBA season, we're going to give you our top 5 basketball players of all time, our favorites.
Giving you our favorites as we always do, but first we're going to start off with some good, bad.
Uh-huh.
All right. So bad for me this week is my schedule because I am like super rushed. I am super I feel like, you know, when people say like they don't want another, I just wish there was another hour in the day. I'm to the point where I don't want another hour a day. Someone's going to take that time. If I had another hour in the day, someone would text me with something to do. So it's crazy right now, but it's okay. I'm like 2 weeks out of that being over and I can come back to some normalcy. Through it all, you have to remember to still praise, still be happy for all the opportunities you have. So I'm very thankful to God, very thankful to everybody in my life right now. It's really cool because I'm busy and I'm stressed, but I'm trying to be that without being worried. And like that's been something I've been reading about this week too, is like worry and not letting worry overcome you. So it's good, man. It's okay to stress yourself to be able to push yourself, but doing that without worry is like one of the biggest things that I think is important. So that's my bad, I guess, is the fact that I'm a little hectic right now, but other than that, I can't hate really. Good, and this is a good and a bad. So last weekend, tried to go to Chicago to see my friend Connor. He double booked me, and wasn't even able to hang out with me. He had to go to Wisconsin with his other friend. And then, Connor, I love you, but you're such a flake. And then he was gonna come to Decatur yesterday and hang out, but I don't have the time to go to Decatur because my schedule is like
Right.
wavy. So I'm on my way to Chicago. Tells me that he can't hang out, and I'm like, okay. But the homie James was having a birthday party that night, so then I went to his birthday party, got to see our boy Eli's new apartment, got to kick it with James. James played me his new single. Bro, it's actually really good. Like, I think you would like it. We talked about possibly being him, like, calling in or something. So
Of course.
James,
I told him, I said, because he said he listens when he gets a chance, like, at work and stuff. And I was like, dude, just when you release your new music, let us know. We got you.
Yeah, man. Like, and then I got a chance to see Sean Tran because Sean went up there with Yimmy.
Yo, big Sean.
For some soccer, like Chicago Fire or something like that.
I would love to go to a Chicago Fire game, actually.
Yeah, man. Actually, that'd be fun. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was cool. I was happy to be able to hear like some exclusive stuff from James. I'm really actually excited about the direction that he's going in. Tonight is his first sold out show in Chicago. So I'm super happy for him. I forget the name of the club, but when you guys see this, it's going to be out anyway. This is going to be past the time, but make sure you support James Grebe on all his social media, on all his platforms.
Great guy.
He's a great dude, and he's the homie. So yeah, those are my good, bad, bads and all that.
Sweet.
What about you?
Well, like, bad is just that normal thing of life. Mary's uncle died unexpectedly this morning due to a heart attack.
That sucks.
And so, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like you never know, and death is such a normal thing in society because it happens to everybody, but it just sucks at the same time. But that's why, it's always good to when like that person's faith or whatnot, because there is a sense of peace in that, knowing that, well, they're in a much better place now than they were. But it's always hard to leave. When that person is gone, then everybody's left without them. So that's just the normal way of life, but it's just sometimes like it's got to happen around you to remember it,
Yeah. That sucks. Shout out to Mary, man. Definitely in my prayers. Definitely the whole family in my prayers. So there's never an easy way to deal with that. So
no, not at all. And here's the crazy part, though. Like celebrating life as well. Mary is actually almost in. I can say this now because when we release it, it will be already done. Mary's on her way to Branson right now. Andrew's proposing to Valerie.
Oh wow!
This Saturday, so that's a good.
Wow. I mean, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good friends, and that's Mary's best friend, her day one, and so she's really excited for them, and she's gonna be a part of that proposal, and so that's exciting. So I'd say that's part of the good. And then I guess we could probably segue into this, talk a little bit. For me, a good is always E3.
Right.
And so I know you said you didn't really... What did you catch of anything?
So here's what
E3?
I caught.
Let me know what you caught.
I caught the Xbox One X.
You got it? You nailed it?
Is not as alluring as people were hoping. Like... It's new, but it's not going to be... people weren't grabbed by it the way they wanted it to be, I guess. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man game, I heard, is amazing.
Spider-Man
looks
game,
amazing, because I guess no one's played it yet.
Spider-Man game looks legit. Did you even see anything on it?
Yeah, I saw like a trailer like on Twitter, like a 30-second thing. But
you need to watch the full demo. It's a Spider-Man game you're wanting.
Well, I heard that they changed things the way that... when they came out with this last Batman trilogy of video games, how they changed everything. Mm-hmm. I heard it was similar to the fact that they just completely redid the whole mythos behind the video game series. So that's dope.
Yes.
And of all the games that I heard of today, not today, but when E3 was going on, Spider-Man is probably the one that I would most likely play out of everything. Let's see what else I heard. I'm blanking right now. Spider-Man in the Xbox not being so appealing is the thing that I heard the most, I think, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What were your big takeaways and what were you disappointed by?
Let's see here. I'll just go down the list. EA, they had a press conference. They showed off, all their sports games, of course. They showed NBA Live, and it looks like the real, true market value of NBA 2K still. Like, they're trying still, but
When are they going to be like...
It's not polished enough. Like, NBA 2K has it. They can't do anything else. They're trying to add, like, street ball, though, to it. So, like, they're like, 3-on-3. Like,
Yeah.
But NBA 2K can just be like, okay, we'll just add it. Like...
2K used to have it.
I remember that. That was my favorite mode, actually.
Yeah.
And so, but they showed all that. My favorite thing about EA was when they, the AC kicked in. I was like, what is that? NBA Need for Speed Payback. I'm a big Need for Speed guy. So they're coming out with a new one, and it's got a really cool Burnout feel. And I was a huge fan of Burnout. So I'm trying to go through this kind of fast, but at least kind of give y'all what excited me. I could literally talk the whole podcast about this if I really wanted to. Then their EA has a game that Xbox showcased called Anthem. And it's BioWare, so the people who made Mass Effect, they've made Dragon Age, so they're like a really well-known developer. That's like this third-person sci-fi, like it looks like a third-person shooter, sci-fi. You're like in a armor mech suit.
Do you have jetpacks at all?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw.
It looks like
I saw like
movie.
a Twitter. Twitter's how I get my news today, guys, because I don't have time to like sit down.
For real.
But I think I saw a dude on a jetpack moving around.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looked major.
So that's gonna be good. Ubisoft, their new Assassin's Creed game looks great. They so for a while, Assassin's Creed was coming out every year.
I saw that one too.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
you did?
yeah.
Assassin's Creed was coming out every year. It's a really well-known franchise, but it got stale. So Ubisoft was like, okay, then what we'll do is we're gonna take a step back and we're gonna really polish this one. And it's called Assassin's Creed Origins, which takes place in Egypt.
Yeah.
And it looks really polished. Like, they had a cool feature where the main guy, I guess, has just this really deep connection with an eagle, and they use the eagle like a drone. So, like, you use the eagle to fly up, and then you're, like, flying, and then you mark your enemies and stuff. So I was like, okay, that's clever. So that game looks interesting. That will keep my interest. Far Cry 5, I don't know if you've heard anything about that. It takes place in, I believe it's Montana, and basically this nowhere land kind of area, and it gets run by, like, a cult leadership, and you're basically, like, the farmer who they took our jobs, like so it's like the townsfolk actually are the only ones who can take care of this threat, and so they all get together, and so it's going to be an interesting
story,
right? Because it's not, you usually don't have much in America against something like that,
right?
So I think that's going to be interesting. Moving on, Xbox, of course, came out with what was known as Xbox Scorpio to the Xbox One X.
Okay.
Now, its price point is $499.
But it's supposed to be very powerful.
It's the most powerful console that's ever been made. Apparently, it can produce 4K image quality in 60 frames a second.
Wow.
And PS4 Pro doesn't have like what you call true 4K. It has more like 1440p. Not going to get into the technicality of it. But however, most people are upset because it's a new system, but it's kind of like PS4 Pro still. Because if you have an Xbox One or the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X, doesn't matter what system you have, you're going to be able to play any of those games. So there's never going to be an Xbox One X only game.
So then the games that you can play on a regular Xbox One, will they be upgraded to the specs of the Xbox One X once you put it in that system? Like, will it begin to do the 4K?
Right, so it's visually boosted.
So it's almost like an add-on instead of like a full rebrand.
Right,
like
exactly. So take, for instance, you have, we'll take that Anthem game. You have it on the Xbox One X. You can do the Xbox One, you can do everything that the person on an Xbox One X can do. However, the Xbox One X is just faster load times, quicker, and it just looks better visually. It's like a graphics booster, if you kind of want to think about it like that. So people are wondering if the $500 is worth it. They didn't really show that many exclusive titles. Crackdown 3 was one of them. No announcements of Halo or Gears of War. They showed the Anthem gameplay. Cuphead is a game that I'm really interested in because they're drawing it like early 19. I don't even know where to begin. What would that genre be? You know, like Steamboat Mickey Mouse, like the old cartoons.
Steampunk stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the style of the game.
Oh,
They
interesting.
hand drew everything,
Okay.
but it's in color. It's not black and white. But Champ and I were talking about that on Twitter. That game looks awesome. All right, moving forward. Sorry, because I could keep on talking about
Dude,
this.
you're fine. You're fine.
I literally could talk. Oh, Xbox though.
Okay.
Xbox previewed one of my favorite games that I saw at the show it's called Xbox. It was called Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and it's this.
I heard about this. This is Dragon Fighter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Is this the first Dragon Ball Fighter, or have there been others?
So there's been a ton of Dragon Ball Z fighting games. However, this one's coming back to like a classic fighting style where it's just a split screen or like a 2D where you just can go front and back and you fight. And the animation looks amazing. The characters all look great. And a lot of people already in the major fighting communities are talking about this game.
Okay.
Saying it's going to be the next big fighting game. You know, the people who play Mortal Kombat, the people who play Tekken, the people who play Street Fighter.
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur, yeah.
I thought that was back in my day.
Back in your day.
Do they still make Soul Caliburs?
It's been a long time since I had a last one. So that game looks really good. PlayStation, they showed off God of War, Spider-Man. They showed off a couple of other games that looked interesting. Days Gone, that does look good. However, I was a little disappointed with PlayStation because they didn't announce anything new besides a remake or a redo to a game called Shadow of Colossus, which was really, really big in PlayStation 3 days, like early PlayStation 3.
All right.
So I was disappointed about that because there was nothing like brand new shown.
Is there a game, or was I just tripping?
I wonder
when
if everybody's gonna hear that through like
I saw
the
hear
microphones, like the vibration.
Oh.
Malcolm's phone was ringing.
My sister called me, so if you hear that, my bad. But it was like Detroit something?
Yeah, Detroit Become Human. So did you ever play the game Heavy Rain?
No.
Okay, so
Wait, is that the one where you could pick what you want to do?
Yes.
Yeah. I messed around on
mess
that
around.
game.
So
Yeah.
the makers of that game are making this game. Did you see Jesse Williams is in it?
No, shout out
Yeah.
to Jesse Williams, though. That's the guy,
Yeah,
dude.
so
Grey's Anatomy.
he's a main character in it.
Lit.
But so it's going to be that same kind of premise where every single decision you make is a spider web of consequences and actions to the main story.
Dope.
So you could play this game 5 different times and you could have a different ending and story in all those different ways. And so they announced it. They showed some gameplay last year and they just introduced Jesse Williams. So, I mean, I already knew I was kind of hype on that game. They showed some stuff from God of War last year, but they showed even more this year. Still hype on that game. They announced Spider-Man last year, however, they showed Spider-Man this year, and I'm really hyped for that one. And then Nintendo came through, man. Nintendo with the Mario Odyssey game, so the brand new Mario game. A lot of people are hyped for it.
Is it going to be on the Switch?
Yep.
Okay.
Nintendo Switch, and then they announced that they're working on a Pokemon game for the Switch, which a lot of people are excited about because there have only, ever since the beginning, have only been Pokemon games on a handheld, not on a console.
Oh.
So this is the first time it's going to be on a console, even though it's kind of like a hybrid. They also announced a new Metroid Prime game, which is
I saw
huge.
that. I saw Samus was trending, and I was like, oh.
Metroid
snap.
Prime 4. So that's been announced, but these games could not come out for like another 3 years. We don't know.
Good Lord.
I know. So it's kind of cheap how they did it, but it still gets people excited. New Yoshi game coming, new Kirby game coming. So Nintendo's doing a lot of stuff too. So it's kind of exciting. It still makes me want to Switch. So E3, man. But I'm in a predicament now.
Like what? What's your
So
predicament?
you know me. I'm a big Destiny guy,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
My only in real life friend who I played Destiny with probably the most out of anybody
Okay.
on PlayStation is now getting an Xbox to play with like Tanner Crockett and his friend Connor and all these other people.
Okay.
So now I really don't have anybody to play Destiny 2 with on my PlayStation. And now these people are trying to get me to get an Xbox to play Destiny 2. Just to play Destiny 2.
Well, couldn't you like reach out to like people in the PS4 community and be like, hey, I want to play with you guys?
Yeah, I could, but it's not as fun.
Okay.
You know? Because in my opinion, I love Destiny because of camaraderie. And mainly, Dylan, he was my guy.
Okay.
And he knows. He's trying to convert me as well. And I want to, but then it's kind of like I've already talked
See,
to
when I
him.
play video games, I play for the racist comments online and to yell at little kids and call them names and tell them they'll never be anything.
Call them little boogers, turkey buttholes.
Dude, this one kid called me a canker sore like
Yo.
2 months ago on 2K. I was like, well, that hurts. Like, what is that? Like, why
Like
do
a
you
canker
call it-
sore.
Like, what are you even saying? Who thinks of that as a child?
Dang.
He was like 14.
Hard pressed.
So I dubbed him on 2K.
Yeah, you did.
Anyway.
But what I've decided to do is I sent a tweet out to Xbox saying if they can send me one, please. And every day I'm going to reply to that one tweet saying please until they respond.
I wonder, has anyone done that and they've been like, okay.
I don't know.
That's
It
so funny.
takes a shot. You know, it's worth a shot.
That's funny. I hope they send you one, man.
That would be awesome because that would answer my problems. But then they're also coming out with PC, and so I have at this point I'm not getting it on PlayStation, which I'm kind of disappointed about now.
Okay.
So it's either PC or I get an Xbox to play on it.
Man, the video game, like, that's not my world, but the racket that they have set up is so crazy because they'll do things to make you want PlayStation, they'll do things to make you want Nintendo, they'll do things to make you want Xbox. Like, it's crazy. And like, once you get in the game, and PC too, which is a whole nother thing, like, once you get in the game,
I mean,
it's crazy. They
literally,
make a lot of money.
literally Xbox I would only play. I mean, they have some exclusives, I guess, but any of the Xbox exclusives, they are now playable on Windows 10, so I could play on my PC. Besides Destiny, you can't get Destiny on Windows 10, so I'm in this predicament where it sucks because I literally would only get it for Destiny. So I'm trying to find like a super cheap one.
A super cheap Xbox One X? Or a
No.
super cheap Xbox One?
I mean, if somebody wants to give me an Xbox One X, I would take it, of course. But I just need an Xbox. I mean, if you think about it, what's the point of trying to spend that much money if you're literally only trying to play it for Destiny 2? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure it out, man. So if somebody out there, if they want to help a brother out, and if you have an Xbox and you want to play Destiny 2 with me, but you just have an extra Xbox lying around, let a brother know. Hit me up on Twitter.
So you would rank E3 where it at?
Last year's was better.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think last year's was better.
Step it up, E3.
But you know, you can't have it always better than the last one.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So, I mean, I always get excited regardless. Good times.
Good times with E3.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to E3. Shout out to all the gamers out there. Shout out to the people who are excited about the games. Shout out to the game makers. I'd like to talk to the game makers about doing a Daps and Pound show game.
What would it even? Oh gosh.
Just, is free roam? Is that
Open
a term?
world?
Open world. Oh, free roam. Open world. Kind of like Grand Theft Auto.
That's open world.
Okay. So I'm thinking open world. You and I.
Okay.
The missions would be to find different ways to entertain people. And in the interim, people can pick to play as either me or you.
Okay.
And go around.
Do we have
and kind
each
of do
different
whatever they want.
powers?
Yeah, so you have fire out of your eyes.
Duh.
I control electricity and water because those two things don't mix, and I have a complicated life. So it's gonna be crazy.
You heard it here first, guys.
That
That's
was all
a pound
freestyle.
show game.
That was all freestyle.
Wow.
Off the dome.
Wow.
Off the dome.
Wow.
I could be a game developer. I could be a program. I could
Creative director is what you'd be. That's what you're trying to say you'd do.
Can write a game. It's done. It's right there.
You heard it here first, guys. It's just that simple. Write a
Daps
game.
and Pound Show video game is coming next year on Xbox One X and Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 Pro and PC. The
You nailed
first
it.
all-platform game ever. Is that true? Do they make?
Yeah, they make them on all platforms. You just can't play with each other on all
Okay,
platforms.
one of the millionth all-platform games ever did.
Successful.
It's coming.
And then we have VR mode, where you can use your Oculus headset. You can play. You could be us.
You could be us. White people, you put it on and look down, your hands will be black. If you were there playing
I was
me.
like, what? I thought you were gonna say that.
Like they put it on.
Yeah.
They'd be like, ah!
Right. And then they'd start
hands were black.
dancing.
They start dancing.
I was purposely dancing like a terrible white person in Walmart the other day around Mary, and she hated
Just to
it.
embarrass her.
And I was laughing though because I know if I wanted to, I could just
Oh,
like
okay.
legit. You know what I'm saying? So it was more funny for me because I knew I looked so stupid, and I knew
I can't do that at Walmart because
I was on one that day.
when I go to Walmart, I see at least 3 people I know every time, and that's why I try to go real late at night.
That makes
Cheesecake,
sense.
real late at night.
Cheesecake. All right, where do we want to segue from this? Because we still got a lot to talk about, man.
So E3 was new.
yes.
They talked about new video games, so we can segue to new music. All right, new music. We give this to you every single week, guys. I'm going to be real with you. A lot of stuff came out this week, actually. Like, more than I was kind of expecting.
I was hoping for a slow week, and then I was like, oh, shoot. We got this.
So I did not listen to everything. Dobie did not listen to everything. Once again, this is why social media is so important. If we don't talk about something that you listened to and dug, hit us up. Just tweet us. Leave us a comment. That's Daps_pounds. And then search for the Daps and Pound Show on YouTube and Stitcher when you want to hit us up. So we'll always reply to you. So starting off, I'm super excited about this. It is Pretty Girls Like Trap Music by 2 Chainz. I ordered a promotional hoodie already.
2 Chainz.
I'm all in on 2 Chainz.
Dude, his merch is
Did you
good.
see it?
Merch is great.
Bro, his
Merch is great.
It's black. It's a black hoodie with pink accents all over it.
I'm over it,
It's
yeah.
lit. So I ordered that this morning because it was just lit and it was dope to me. So I really liked it. You'll probably see me wearing it on the podcast at some point when it gets cold outside. But this album just came out. It's 2 Chainz. I want to say he put out Based on a True Story. He put out the album with Wayne, and I think there's Boat, the other, like the True 2 or something like that. I think this is considered his
No.
4th studio album.
And then his other one was just considered an E EP?
Yeah, yeah. So I think this is his 4th studio album that he's giving us, guys. And production on this is crazy. Production is insane. Big notable track is Big Amount. That came out last year or so, featuring Drake. Drake with one of the hardest 16s, personally. Personally, if I'm ranking his features, that is one of the best Drake features.
Really?
For me. Bro, oh my gosh. I love that verse. It's so good to me. My favorite song,
That's a good top 5 Drake features.
top 5 Drake features.
Stay Scheming's on mine.
Stay Scheming's tough.
You wasn't with me shooting at the gym?
Stay Scheming's tough. This is tough to me just because it's Michael Jackson talking to me in my dreams and he said, you bad and you know it, better Shimon on my check. Like, it's so stupid. It's so good. So good. Shout out to Drizzy, man. But my favorite song off of this album, that is not Big Amount, that is not Good Drink, which we heard last year. Man, it is probably Sleep When You Die. I like that because there's a huge gunshot in the middle of the song, and I come from the Gucci Mane Waka Flocka days where there's just gunshots throughout the song. But he is an underrated lyricist. The LA Leakers freestyle. You can tell he was really freestyling too. Like that wasn't necessarily written.
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, look up 2 Chainz Mask Off remix or freestyle.
DNA. The DNA.
DNA. Sorry, no. That was Sean Smith, who we featured last week. He actually had a mask off freestyle.
Beast.
And it was a beast.
Beast.
But yeah, sorry, DNA freestyle by 2 Chainz.
Yep. We got a Nicki Minaj verse where she's dissing Remy again. I'm kind of over Nicki's flow. It's
gotten boring because
Yeah.
it's very set up-ish.
Now, last week, she was featured on Rake It Up, which is off that Yo Gotti and Mike Will tape, and I like that song. I like Rake It Up, and I like her verse on that. But this is just kind of slower. I kind of like the shot she takes at Remy, but I like Beef. But I think that this album is his best album. His first one was amazing. Now, do I think it's better than the mixtape to set up his first album? I don't know. Because the mixtape, you remember, the mixtape, True, with Riding Around I'm Getting and Spend It and...
It's mine.
Bro, that was Riot. I'm about to start a riot.
I need to go back to his first album, honestly. Because I have a feeling his first album...
First album with Drizzy had no
lie, which is
tough.
Still one of his
birthday
best
song,
songs.
which was tough.
It's your birthday.
The production on that's underrated, by the way.
I don't know. This is word on road is this is his best one. And however, I respect 2 Chainz so much because he started kind of, and even 2 Chainz admitted it, like Future's killing him, Migos is killing him.
Yep.
And I think this kind of put him back in that ATL King discussion, you know, like don't forget 2 Chainz.
Not only that, I really liked what he did beat-wise with the song Trap Check, because he took all the popular trap songs and mixed them together in the background of the beat, right? So there was ASAP by T.I. in the background, there was Gucci Mane songs, there was Jeezy ad-libs. So he's saying, this is a trap check, I'm here. Like, I'm in this realm of you greats. And
Check my pedigree.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's ever done that before. Like, that was really dope. As a rapper, because of his phrasing, it sounds like he's talking and just telling jokes, but he actually has bars when you listen.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
He does.
Shout out to Titty Boy. I'm really excited about this album.
I still think my favorite 2 Chainz verse is from All Me.
Yeah, All Me's
Dude,
tough.
All Me's
tough.
Mercy, he killed Mercy too.
I think what's hurt 2 Chainz in a rap world respectability thing is that he went out on a limb early and went and did like pop collaborations, and sometimes rapidy rap people don't take him that serious because he had Fall Out Boy, because he had Lyra, he did everything.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Pretty Girls Like trap music. Go get it. I give it a thumbs up. I'm a big fan.
Thumbs up.
Shout out to 2 Chainz, and we just want more.
We give it a yay.
And on Everyday Struggle, he said he had more albums done, so we'll see what that means.
He don't stop.
Maybe we'll get something else from 2 Chainz this year. Who knows?
Can't stop, won't stop.
We had a late release date for this. Like, they let us know, Thugger let us know probably days ago that this was coming out now. But today, Young Thug dropped a mixtape, Beautiful Thugger Girls. I guess the full name is Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girls.
Great name.
Listen, I have been probably on this podcast before, but in life for sure, people have heard me slander Young Thug a lot.
I didn't catch the vibe right away.
I'm a Wayne fan, so I was like hurt by like the fact that I felt like he was jocking him. But now that Wayne is auto-tune only, but now I'm getting it. Now I'm slowly seeing what Thugger is doing, and this is great.
It's
like,
so
I can't believe it.
It's so
I
good.
can't believe it. It's great.
It's so good.
I never thought I'd say a Thugger project would like
be great.
Yeah, this is weird. We're in an alternate dimension right now. Favorite songs for you off of this?
Think of this is the best way I want to say it. Think of trap ballads.
Yep.
Trap ballads.
Trap ballads.
That's a good album.
That's what it
name.
is. Trap ballads. That's gonna be the part 2 to 2 Chainz. Pretty Girl Likes Trap.
Trap ballads.
My favorite off of this, I have a few actually, which is always good. She Wanna Party, Relationship featuring Future is big. Then he had some more at the bottom that were really good too. Take Care, I like what he did on Take Care.
I have to go back to it because there was no song that I listened to that I thought this is garbage. It shouldn't be on the.
No,
It blended all very well together. It was very cohesive. Tomorrow Till Infinity might be my favorite. That's just one like kind of a quick listen through, not like quick. But I didn't have time to listen to it like 3 times, or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there was nothing that stood out. Like, to me, last time I listened to, take for instance, on DNA, like Lust, I immediately was like, that song's gotta go.
On the Kendrick album. Yeah,
and then, I said DNA, sorry, never mind.
No, I can't remember the name of his album.
Dang,
yeah.
And then, Drake's More Life, I thought the song with Young Thug was weird, because it was mixed weird, and it was... Anyways, but there was nothing on this project where I immediately thought, this doesn't flow right, this doesn't sound like it belongs, this is just thrown in, not at all. But, what is it, Drake, executive producer.
Is that a for sure thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool.
So he had his hand on this.
That's cool. Speaking of More Life and Drake, because I'm pretty sure we say Drake on every podcast, Sacrifices would have fit on this to me. I think Sacrifices would have
too hip hop.
Would have fit on this maybe.
No, too hip hop. This is not hip hop at all.
Maybe that's true. Yeah. Do you like the country song?
Yeah.
I like the country song too.
Dude, I don't. Like I said, there's no song I was immediately like, I don't like this. It's weird.
It's so weird.
But I feel like these beats. This is where Thug belongs.
Yeah.
And you'll understand when you listen.
Man, shout out to Young Thug. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how to critique it because I'm just now realizing that it's good. But I will say that there's a lot of influence from people, but at the same time, it's very authentically him. I think that if he keeps doing this, he will carve out a lane for himself. So.
Only 4 features. Millie Go Lightly, Future, Snoop Dogg, and Lil Durk.
Yep.
And Millie Go... 5.
Jaquise.
Millie Go Lightly, the first song, when you hear her come on, killed it.
Yeah, it's dope.
Anyways, moving on.
Beautiful Thugger Girls is the name of this tape album type of project.
You want to talk about... Okay, immediately. Sophomore Slump. It's been 4 years.
Yeah, probably.
Sophomore Slump.
Because I remember Lorde...
Dude, she had like 3 huge hits.
Lorde had big hits, and I just don't hear them on this album. She released Melodrama today. Lorde just isn't for me anymore, I don't think. Her first album's good to me. I like her first album. But I think she's missing the boat on this one. Man.
You gotta give it? Is it?
I'm not feeling it. But there's like one song, but overall I think it's Trinidad.
Oh man, you got labeled the Trinidad. Lord.
I'm sorry, Lord. It is officially Trinidad.
We need a Trinidad stamp.
to stamp. It'd be funny if it was like a stamp and then it just ran down the screen like
Trinidad.
Yeah, Melodrama by Lorde. This is garbage. I'm sorry. This is hot. This smells like a hot bus seat. This is terrible. I like the Homemade Dynamite song. That's it. And I didn't get to anything after Rider in the Dark. So I'm leaving out 4 songs. So by any chance, if these 4 songs are amazing, hit me up. Let me know. But I'm not feeling Lorde. We can skip right over her if you don't have any. Do you have anything?
I ain't got nothing to say. I don't give shine to those who have Trinidad.
Very true. Did not listen to Rich Forever 3, Rich the Kid and Famous Dex. Did you?
No.
I'm hearing... So, the same world that XXX that Uzi, that all of like the younger, slightly weirder hip-hop generation fit into. What are you doing?
I'm weird.
The same world that they fit into, Famous Dex and Rich the Kid fit into, I guess. And I've heard stories about beef between Famous Dex and people. It's just not for me from what I've heard in the past. But this week I may go back and try to listen just to see what's going on in the streets. But I did not listen to this. Her, Volume 2. We have still never seen this young lady's face.
That's okay. Think about
I
The
love
Weeknd.
it. I love it.
The Weeknd.
I love that.
Remember how long it took before you knew what The Weeknd looked like?
I love it, man. Division. It took a while before you knew what Division looked like. Party was a little mysterious. She put out Volume 2. Her Volume 1's really good. This is R&B. If you do not like R&B, this is not for you. I'm sorry. But if you like Division, her and Division would be tough. Her and Division would be tough. They'd probably make a song that'd be ridiculous.
Her and LA blended well together.
I did like that too. I did like that.
Snake Hips? That's the name,
Still
right?
Down, yes. Still Down and Gone Away are my favorite off of this album, or EP. I think that this music is good for the right setting. You can't put it on at a party necessarily because it's just way too slow.
No, yeah, it would make everybody go like, what?
Yeah.
It's not a shot song.
No.
It's like the
Not a shot
opposite.
song. Not a shot song.
This is like, you could play this at like a piano bar and you would still be okay. But at the same time, you're like, this is still me.
If you play this at a piano bar while on a date, and you got mad ting round, and you put arm upon round, and you just talk to her, and say, baby, how you doing? You might get kissed that night. So, shout out to her. Good piano bar, date night type vibes. I'm feeling it, man. Volume 2 is good. I will go back to that, I promise you.
Yeah, it's good.
The surprise album of the day for me, personally, I did not know what to expect.
More Than Beautiful Thugger Girl?
Well, I kind of, there was hype around that. So I had heard on
True.
Twitter before I listened to it that it was good.
True.
But nobody was talking about Big Boy. But Big Boy was trending today because of this album. So I'm happy. Big Boy, when I say Big Boy, I'm talking about from Outkast and the
He's
Dungeon
talking about
Family.
me.
I'm talking about him and his other brother, Big Boy. I really, really think this is a very solid album. My favorite stuff off of this is Kill Jill with Jeezy and Killer Mike. I love Killer Mike, by the way. In the South, which we listened to last week with
Good
Gucci
single.
and Pimp C. I like Chocolate with Troze. And I didn't get to Freakonomics or Follow D's, but Follow D's has Currency and Killer Mike on
Apparently
it.
that song's crazy.
Follow D's?
Yes.
Okay, I have not listened to it yet.
Apparently Follow D's is a banger.
Okay, I still need to listen to that one, but so far, Big Boy Boomiverse is actually really good. I was surprised by his beat selection, but I shouldn't be.
No, I
because
wasn't, because do you remember his last solo album? He had some hit, like,
yeah, and
that one surprised me too.
I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was, and it just Big Boy is the guy that will rap you to death. He's very lyrical, and that's why Outkast works so well.
I did listen to Order of Operations. That was a good song.
That was tough. I like that song too. So shout out to Big Boy. Shout out to Outkast. Big Boy, if you can do me a favor and please get
get
the
your boy.
young homie
Get your boy.
Andre 3000 to drop something.
Get your boy.
What else did you listen to? I listened to Joyner Lucas.
Okay. I listened to the first 2 songs, and it wasn't
didn't
for
feel
me. However, I did call the number
You did call
for
the
the
number.
sake of the podcast.
I did not call the number.
I did not speak with anybody. So it is a marketing tool. Because I knew nothing is done on accident. So
Right.
I knew this number had to lead to something. So I was curious. So if you guys don't know, his album title is literally a phone number.
508-507-2209.
Called the number, and there was this voicemail skit that it has in the album. And then they text you for you to sign up for like his text club.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It's interesting that he's trying something new with that. Not new necessarily, but trying to be different, I guess. There was definitely about 4 or 5 songs that I thought were good. I think he's very lyrical. I first heard about him a couple years ago because I saw a World Star video where he was rapping, telling the story of somebody. It's a very visual video. Telling a story of some guy who like became friends with someone else and got robbed and got killed at gunpoint. But the lyrics were so crisp or whatever. I didn't know that him and our boy Logic had any smoke or beef, but apparently they've had words with each other. I think Joyner Lucas is a very, very good rapper when it comes. I don't think he's there on songs yet. I don't think he's there on making hit songs, but I think he can rap, and I like his rapping ability.
That's good. Nickelback, guys, they're making a comeback. Feed the machine. You know what you need to do? You need to feed everything you have and pour it into buying this album and their merchandise, because let me tell you, folks, they are back. Album of the year, Grammys all day. They're winning every single award. They're making a comeback. They're no longer the meme of 2017. They are no longer a meme. They are mean. Feed the machine. Thank you.
I listened to 4 songs off Nickelback and it was cheered at.
Did you really listen?
Oh my! Listen, you can't make a song like Hero and me not listen. Hero to save us. Shout out to Nickelback, man.
Washing up. Could you imagine if Spider-Man, like the video game, had that going on the back?
Dude, I get lit though because that song was dope.
Dude, I might do that.
That song was dope.
Although I might do that where like, I think YouTube would take it down, but just to see what it looks like rip the video of the gameplay and just put the Nickelback song underneath it.
That actually probably looks sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nickelback stopped making music. I didn't listen to any more albums, I don't think. Did you listen to any more albums? Yeah, you listened to
Ty Brazel.
I did not have time.
So he's an up-and-comer in the CHH community. I've kind of known about him for a while now. Like I've heard mentions of him on here there, like on a podcast called Track Stars and stuff like that. And even Lecrae has mentioned him before too, as well, for people he's kind of like paying attention to. And he was kind of in that list with Aha, so that kind of lets you know how highly he sees him. And this is his debut album, I'm pretty sure. I was pleasantly surprised. I think he does have enough to go somewhere. I'm gonna go back to it for sure. I think it was cohesive. I felt like everything had a purpose. Like there's even, I mean, it really felt like something I would do too, because there's a track he's like, come on, man, just cut it out and just like rap on them fools, like his friend said this. So, and then he has like just like this old school kind of beat where he's just like, I'm just gonna rap, like just to show you I can,
right?
You know, but he definitely focused on making songs, not necessarily just trying to be that lyrical monster or anything. But I think he's got a good blend of it. I think it's something if you guys are just like, you know what, I just want to find something fresh, something new. I just like to be on the up and up. For new people, I definitely recommend go check out Ty Brazel. Can you pull it up for me? Because I'm blanking on the name of his album real quick, and I want to give this guy respect for it. I save it in my history. I shouldn't have already known this. Young T.
Young T? Is that the name? Yeah. Young T.
Young T. So, Young T, Ty Brazel, go check it out. Boy, white boys got bars.
White boys got bars. That could be a hashtag.
White boy got bars.
So moving to hot tracks, these are the loosey gooseys that are out there in the world. DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled came through and dropped a big record, actually.
Who am I?
I don't know.
I'm DJ Khaled in his music video.
Oh, DJ Khaled's amazing, dude. DJ Khaled is literally my spirit animal. One day, I want to be just like DJ Khaled to the T. He has a Champ Sports in his studio.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm so like, I have to step it up. DJ Khaled's out here making crazy moves. I love DJ Khaled. So DJ Khaled dropped the latest single. This will be the third single from his upcoming Grateful album that has the best album artwork in the world ever. It's called Wild Thoughts, featuring Rihanna and Penn Griffey Jr., young Bryson Tiller. Tiller just is coming off of his second album that came out a few weeks ago.
True to self.
So this is a great look for Tiller. Expect album sales for him to go up because of this look right here.
Yes.
Great timing for that. Now,
Still should have been Drake.
this song, well, I don't know if they're like...
Actually, in the weekend still would have bodied him.
Well, yeah, for sure. But
But
I love
he
this
did his
song.
thing.
I love this song.
Bryson Tiller did his thing.
I'm a Tiller fan still. I love Bryson Tiller.
Here's what there's a couple matchups though. I like this song, don't get me wrong. But I'm sorry, but when it comes to DJ Khaled, I do believe he makes all things possible. I need DJ Khaled to get together Drake and Kendrick, and I said that song needs to be called Yin Yang. Yin and Yang, think about it.
Yeah.
But I also wish Beyonce was on this. Beyonce and Rihanna.
Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, and Kendrick.
No. Separate track.
Oh, okay.
Those are the two things I want DJ Khaled
So
to do.
you want a
for me.
Rihanna and Beyonce song?
Yes.
And then you want a Drake and Kendrick song?
Can you imagine if Rihanna and Beyonce were on the same track, bro? Internet would explode.
Both of those are just incredible scenarios, and I don't think anyone loses.
But think about yin and yang. Like, that would do so much for both of their careers. Even just tell them play on it. You know what I mean? Like, play on this idea.
If it's done correctly, I think that could be huge.
You know what I
think
mean,
it'd
though?
be huge. I don't think we'll see that, though.
No,
we won't see that till
makes me
later
mad.
on with like Nas and Jay-Z. We won't see that. They're gonna duel. They're gonna rival for a long time, and they're gonna come together later, just like Jay and Nas did. That's our generation's that and that. So,
Cole
I
don't
like
care.
this song a lot. It's flipping an old song featuring Santana called Maria, which shout out to my homegirl Bree. Me and her sing the song to this day all the time when it's on the radio. We Snapchatted to each other. Maria is it's a classic. It's so good. Maria, and Santana's getting down. I have a Santana vinyl. It's so good. I love Santana. He's underrated, by the way. But
I don't think he's underrated.
dude, I think he is. In my opinion, it's him, Prince, and Jimmy, or it's Jimmy, Prince, and him as far as guitarists.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're really putting Santana up there.
He's in the top 3.
How about you put him above Jimmy
No,
and
it's
Prince?
Jimmy, Prince, and Prince is arguably one of the best. Is the best, arguably. Like Prince guitar work is stupid. Carlos Santana's in the top 3 for sure, guitar wise. Some of the stuff he did in his like earlier, like I've watched that Palladium channel, and I've watched old concerts from Santana, and he's from like the 80s. Homie is that song's nuts. It's a hot one.
Dude, that's a classic. Anyways.
So good. So this song flips that on its head. I like it. I think it'll be a hit.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a hit.
Dude, I
This
can't wait
Grateful
for
album.
this album.
This Grateful album. I want to hear that Jadakiss and Pusha T song.
No, you don't.
Because I feel like
blow the roof off.
I feel like it's just gonna be so nuts.
It's gonna be about cocaine.
Ugh.
Pushing the bars.
We're gonna have all the little things.
Got 2 kilos. Like a friend, like I'm trying to like Pusha T has a very distinct flow pattern.
Pusha T's so good, yo. I love Pusha, man.
Numbers on the board.
It's really good. Magic Jordan, OVO Sound, and Party Next Door, OVO Sound.
I actually did not know this song dropped.
What?
I didn't see
See,
it.
I didn't even send this one to you because, like,
I didn't
thought,
see it.
See, I'm on Instagram heavy, and whenever anyone drops anything on Instagram, 40 and Drake and everyone that I follow from OVO posts it.
Yeah,
so
I'm on Twitter heavy.
They post it
I
like
didn't
the
see
day or two beforehand, so that's how I saw it. So it's called One I Want.
Is it good?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
I
I think this combination's dope. I like anything they're gonna do, period.
Yep.
So go back and listen to that. If you haven't, it's really, really good. Calvin Harris, I cannot wait for this just to be out already.
Between Calvin Harris's album and DJ Khaled's album, we have 2 compilation albums that will replay the entire summer.
Funk Wave Bounces Volume 1. Crazy title to say, but amazing title to say. This song is called Feels. It's featuring Pharrell, Katy Perry, and Boy Big Sean. All right. Now, of the songs he's released off of this is one of my lower ones.
Yes.
But it's still good.
Still good.
It's just one of my lower ones.
It's just because Slide is number 1. There's no beating Slide at this point.
Yeah, I think Slide. The Future and Khalid record is tough to me.
It's tough, but it does not beat Slide.
Slide's amazing. I want to listen to him back to back right now, actually.
Do you slide on
Coldplay dropped. All I can think about is You. I liked it, personally. I like Coldplay, though.
It's Coldplay.
Did you listen to the Macklemore
Okay.
single?
Yes.
I did. How you
Here's
feel?
what I came to realize. I thought this song was good. However, I think I just don't like Macklemore anymore. Because think about it. And this is what I thought when I heard this chorus and stuff. If Lecrae was on this, I think I would have liked it even more. I think it just would have changed my whole mindset on it. Lecrae could have rapped the exact same things Macklemore did, and I would have liked it more.
Okay.
I think I just don't like Macklemore.
I'm in this pattern where I'm starting to feel bad for Macklemore. Because I feel like people have turned on him for things that aren't necessarily his fault.
I don't think anybody turned on him. I think it's
Bro,
just...
he gets trashed now on Twitter. Like, people think he's trash now.
No, I don't think it was that at all. I think just the white people got on this hype. They got on the hype train.
I like Macklemore, but...
Let's be honest. Was the urban community
I'm
buying out
not-
his albums like that, or was it the white
No, the
suburban?
urban community liked him first. The urban community latched on to
Wings.
Macklemore way back in the day. And now, after they liked him before Thrift Shop. Thrift Shop hit, and it became a festival. He became the festival Coachella
Right.
thing, and then that's when the Starbucks crowd got onto it, and then it was over after that. And then the urban community said peace. But his mixtapes back in the day, the urban community was like, yo, this is dope. There's a guy who used to do drugs. He's got out of it, like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like he blew up way too fast, and it just got weird. But I don't know, man.
But the songs weren't that great either, though. Like, that's the thing, too. Like, his latest album after his huge album, it was not on the same caliber.
I think it's because he was trying to chase or be too different, and it just didn't work out that way. And I think when you have, because let's be real, the album that Thrift Shop was on, that album sounded nothing like his old tapes or anything like that. It was a complete change from anything he had done beforehand. I remember seeing him on Two Dope Boys like 4-5 years ago.
Because of Wings, right?
Before Wings even. He had a song called Theory, and it was dope.
Oh,
like,
really?
He was somebody that was on XXL magazine that I thought he was dope, and then the hype train came, and then now I feel like he's just kind of lost. And I feel bad because I think he actually can rap, but
I think it's his beat selection.
yeah, the songs aren't there for me. The songs aren't there for me yet.
Anyways.
Yeah. So Macklemore, I'm sorry, but I'm not really feeling it. Arcade Fire's dope. Creature Comfort.
Well,
go
I
listen
think
to
he
that.
got. I'm sorry. I think he also got in this realm where he's like the voice. You know what I mean? Like, he's not making music anymore now. It's like, no, I need to empower the people
He
and the
stood
culture.
for, yeah,
And so it wasn't about the music anymore. In my opinion, it seemed more about the message. And to him, though, those two things are synonymous. However, it's showing in your popularity, as sad as it sounds.
yeah, I agree with that. We talked about Chocolate already off of the Big Boy album. That's one of the songs that I liked. The most surprising song for me was Pharrell, There's Something Special. I love this song, and this is one of my favorite singles today.
Really?
This song, I listen to it over and over again. It's so good because it's so diverse. I think he's our most diverse producer in our generation. I can't think of another producer who can do what he can do through genres. When I say diverse, like it's amazing, man.
He's amazing.
Pharrell's great. It's gonna be on the Despicable Me 3 motion picture soundtrack. So that's where you can find the record. It's on iTunes. There's Something Special. Pharrell, you have done it again. Action Bronson, I liked this, man.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? I liked it. I
thought it was a bad song.
Bad.
I like our Action Bronson. Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't. I think it missed its mark.
That's okay. So he dropped "Let Me Breathe." You guys can go out there and listen to that.
The beat was garbage.
Yeah, I didn't really like the beat that much. There's like a gnat in here. Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle dropped "Nothing to Lose."
My boy.
I liked this. I think that Kyle, out of everyone on the XXL Freshman list that we'll talk about in a minute, Kyle's my favorite off of that list, and I think he has the biggest. Like, he's the one that could go to me. He's the one that could be like in the top 10 rappers of today, depending on how things go with his album.
Yeah, he's not I don't think he's the hypest one right now because of one individual, because of his project that he just dropped, which could be arguably the hottest urban record right now.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Congratulations remix with Quavo and Future. I actually like this. I actually like what
Congratulations
Future,
is great.
adds to the record. Night Call, Lil Yachty and the Migos from Steve Aoki. It seems like with this combination you can't lose, but I didn't like it. I wasn't really a fan, and you would see Steve Aoki, Migos, Yachty, and think, oh, this is a smash. I wasn't feeling it.
Okay. Don't forget, is it Anime?
Amine, he dropped
Amine.
Turf. I like this record.
Yeah, Turf. So, and he's another XXL Freshman list. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, and I did not listen to the Dej Loaf song. My bad. I need to
did.
go back and listen to that. Did you like
It's
it?
poppy.
Or no?
It's just
Really?
she's going pop, dude. Like
Ooh.
she's going like
That's weird.
comparatively for what she was known for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she got big because of like more like hip hop stuff. But this to me is still like it reaches way more pop than anything else.
Yeah. I'm going to listen to it just to see what you're talking about, like just to see like
Yeah.
how it is. I actually liked what Marshmello did to Mask Off. I like a little EDM every once in a while, so shout out to Marshmello. Shout out to Mask Off. Mask Off has to be a few times platinum right now. It's got to be, right? Like, this is one of the best songs ever. I love Mask Off.
Snow the Product, Waste of Time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, out of every song I've listened to today, which is a lot, the one song that has been stuck in my head is Snow the Product. By the way, if you have not listened to this girl, she can rap.
First saw her maybe a few years ago on World Star.
Yo, she has bars.
Yeah.
Like flow. And she can speak Spanish, so she can do that like bilingual thing. I'm telling you, like, it's only, I think if she continues, I don't know why she doesn't. I feel like she doesn't have the backing that she needs. She literally could be a star. Because right now, I don't think Nicki Minaj is doing enough.
Yeah, she could be a star. I think the women's lane is wide open.
But she's got bars. Anyways, Waste of Time. Basically, it's like a pop, catchy tune breakup song, and it will get stuck in your head, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Did you listen to anything else?
No, that's about it.
I need to listen to the Shania Twain record, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Shania Twain's lit. All right, so where do you want to go from here now?
I say we need to do XXL,
Okay.
then NBA, then top 5, then 101 conversation starters for couples.
Okay, we can do that.
Good transition from the top 5, you know?
Okay. So we are going to go and talk about the freshman list
I got
that
notes.
just came out. It is the XXL freshman list that just came out. Every year, for those that don't know, XXL is it used to be a huge hip-hop magazine. If you got on the cover of the XXL back in the Biggie times, back in the Pac times, it was a major thing. Their biggest rival was The Source. XXL has a history behind it that's kind of lost its way because the magazine industry is dying, period.
Right.
But they have reinvigorated themselves because they have put together these freshman classes. This is everyone new and upcoming that's going to be out. So people like Wale have been on this list before. If you're on this list, it used to carry some type of thing with it, and you were the next to blow, pretty much. So this year we have Kamaya, Playboy Cardi, A Boogie with the Hoodie, XXX Tentacion, PNB Rock, our boy Kyle, Made in Tokyo, Cap G, Ugly God, and Amine. All right, 10 people. Yeah, XXX Tentacion was the 10th member. They have like an online voting for the 10th one. XXX Tentacion apparently overwhelmingly won. So we want to break down these guys for you so that you can understand who they are, so that you can know a little bit about them, because they are going to be new names for a lot of people. And some people may know some of the bigger ones. So do you want to go through your 5?
Yeah.
And I'll go through my 5.
That's perfect. All right. So first we're going to start off with Playboy Cardi. He's from Atlanta. He used to call himself actually Sir Cartier.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Cartier
So
of the watch.
just right off the bat, you probably know him because he just released a project that was released April 14th, 2017 with the huge hit Magnolia.
Hey, Pierre, you want to come outside?
In New York, I'm Millie Rock.
Rock.
Hot in my socks.
So good.
Anyways, it's actually been featured on the Sprint commercial, which I was shocked.
Oh, I know. I saw that actually, yeah.
Jay-Z yesterday actually called out Playboy Cardi because he thinks Magnolia is hot. The beat is just insane. Like when I first played the Playboy Cardi project, Magnolia was a standout because that beat is just nuts. So anyways, he started his music career in 2011, and his first project, Young Misfit, was released November 12th, 2012. So apparently this song called Broke Boy was his first hit.
Yep.
I'd never heard of it.
Yep.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Did you know it? See,
It was
I didn't.
dope.
All right. See, I didn't even know that. And also this is kind of cool. So he got to know A$AP Rocky, Lil Uzi Vert through actually fashion events.
That's dope.
So that's kind of how he got that, because I guess in Atlanta area, like he would perform while Jeezy was doing stuff down there too. So just through like fashion weeks and fashion events, he got to know those guys. His first project that just dropped here recently, he sold 28,051 his first week, but now at Magnolia and woke up like this and Lookin' featuring Lil Uzi Vert. Those are his top 3 big songs. I don't know exactly. I didn't look up kind of what we're looking at download wise and stream wise and stuff. But Magnolia and Woke Up Like This are huge.
Yeah, those are tough tunes.
Very tough. I see what you did there though. You didn't have him. We didn't even put him on the list.
Tough Tunes Records.
Jeez.
Coming soon.
All right, next one up. Ugly God. So he's
Water.
Yeah, he's
Water.
known mostly for pretty much one song. I thought honestly, I didn't think he deserved to be on this list. There could have been a lot more, but apparently people have turned down XXL Freshman list. It's like a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's what happened, which brought him in. He's known mostly for his single Water, which has 90.4 million streams on SoundCloud. He has 427,000 followers on SoundCloud. Apparently he's pretty much like a class clown kind of guy. He loves Pokemon. It's like incorporated in all of his visuals and stuff, and he usually wears a hat like Ash Ketchum. So I thought that was kind of funny. Apparently his next project coming out is called The Booty Tape. It's supposed to drop this June. Apparently it was supposed to come out months ago, but he keep pushing it back. So it's going to drop this month, and he's got 13 tracks on his SoundCloud for you to listen to. Yes, you heard that right. Only 13. So, yeah, I'm actually surprised he made this list. Not gonna lie. I know Water made splashes and stuff. Hey. Hey. So, kind of surprised about this one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's not for me at all.
Yeah.
Water is an interesting song to dance to, like just to be like,
Right.
but I don't take it serious. I mean, it's just,
It's whatever.
yeah.
Amine. So this guy, you probably know him because of the huge hit single that he has, Caroline. Oh my God. wanna hear. So this song kind of made waves. Malcolm actually told me about it. He's like, yo, listen to this song Caroline, and it's really good. And I did, and it gets stuck in your head. So actually, he's from the Portland, Oregon area.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So his Caroline single, it actually reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. And the music video on YouTube has over 160 million views. So that's huge. And he released his first EP and mixtapes in 2014. So 2 years later, he's got his biggest hit of his career. So that's pretty amazing, actually, when you think about that. The songs are already 3 times platinum. So that's wild. And he also just came out with this new song, Turf, as we mentioned earlier. So I think it's his best next song. He's got a song with Kalani called Heebie Jeebies, and then he's got a song called like Red Mercedes or something like that.
I think Amine possibly has a chance too.
He does.
I think he has a chance
He's
too.
interesting. We'll see. Next up on the list was a guy we've actually already talked about on this show because he released his debut project here, but his name is Cap G. I thought it was a pretty good project. Malcolm actually was more impressive with it than I was. So he's from Long Beach, California, but he was actually raised in ATL. He's of Mexican descent. He's got 6 mixtapes, and he's got 1 album, which is super hefe. And he's worked with a ton of artists, including Chief Keef, T.I., Wiz, Jeezy, Kirko Bangs. And his first huge hit was actually called Tatted Like Amigos. And that was from 2012, and it featured Chief Keef. So this guy's actually been grinding a lot. 6 mixtapes. That's a lot. So he's been... pretty much, I think what the biggest benefit for him is that Pharrell has kind of wanted to show him the ropes. Pharrell had a lot of influence on his album. And so anytime you get somebody like Pharrell with you, that's nothing but good things. So Cap G, we'll see. In the little sidebar, he actually was an appearance in the movie Dope.
Which is a dope movie.
And then his other single that was big was called Girlfriend, and that has 18 million views on YouTube.
Wow, yeah.
So
I heard girls really like him, like go crazy over him.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
He's got that look for stardom. Yeah. Because he doesn't really look like anybody else right now. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, he has a interesting look. But more power to him because I think it's important for cultures because hip-hop was meant to be, I think hip-hop, that no one knew it would blow up like this, but it has. And so anytime you can get people from different cultures and ethnicities to shine like this, I think it's only a positive thing. So I'm sure the Mexican community and the Latino community as a whole is rooting for this guy.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys, last up on my list, on my 5, I got your boy, Kyle. Man, he's so good. So I've actually been listening to Kyle for a long time because he had a song called Sex in Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So, and I love Super Smash Bros. So, well, I can say I love sex, but it wasn't that part that interests me. It was actually the Super Smash Bros. Part. Because isn't that weird? Because sex is like, they've been talking about sex in music forever, but Super Smash Bros? That was the first of its time. So, I was like, all right, cool, I'll check it out. He was actually formerly known as KID, which I did not know. He's signed, and I think he's one of the only ones who are signed. He's actually signed to Atlantic Records.
Atlantic?
Atlantic, yeah.
He's the only person signed to Atlantic?
No, I don't know if anybody else is signed. I don't know. None of these guys said that they're signed.
Oh, out of this. I thought you were saying Atlantic Records doesn't have any more. So I was like, what? Okay, yes, that makes sense.
I don't know if anybody else has a record.
I will say that Playboy Carti is signed to ASAP.
Okay.
But not necessarily ASAP worldwide. He's more so like his artist, the way that
Gotcha.
Gaga was Akon, like kind of his like manager.
Yeah.
Person,
That makes sense. So he's signed to Atlantic Records. He hails from Ventura, California. So he's a Cali boy as well. You probably know him for his huge hit, I Spy, featuring Lil Yachty, which honestly, he got Lil Yachty at the perfect time for a feature. Because of Drum, all of a sudden Lil Yachty's name like blew up. And that song has peaked number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. And his lyric video has 80 million views, and then his official video has 60 million.
That's crazy.
So that song definitely blew up. And he actually has 2 other projects. If you guys are interested in checking them out more, which I definitely recommend you do, it's called Beautiful Loser. That's from 2013. And then his other album called Smile, which was from 2015. And Don't Want to Fall in Love is on Smile.
To me, he has not made another song better than Don't Want to Fall in Love.
And that song didn't blow up, though.
And I know. And I wish, like, I almost wish there was a way that he could take it and put it on his debut album, too.
It's so good.
So that people would understand. Like,
it's so good.
Don't Want to Fall in Love.
It is actually my favorite Kyle song.
It's my favorite Kyle song. Like, I don't think that he's put... I don't know who produced that beat, by the way. But they used an old sample from an old R&B group, and it's just perfect. And
it's good.
Can't say
I think
enough.
actually my second favorite song is Doubt It.
Doubt It's good.
Doubt It is a single that he released after I Spy. And I just really like his flow on that a lot. So those are my 5 guys. So for the XXL Freshman list, my personal favorite out of these goes Kyle and then Playboi Carti. I think Playboi Carti, he's just on a wave right now, and him being connected with A$AP Rocky and Lil Uzi Vert, that's only going to make him propel further. And Kyle, actually, though, let me think too. Kyle, Playboi Carti, and those are those are the top 2, but Playboi Carti and Kyle, they've actually already been going on tours and stuff. Kyle has been on big tours. Like, Kyle's been doing it. People don't know this, but like he went on his own tour.
I had opportunity to see Kyle in Champaign, and I didn't have time. He was there with Futuristic.
Yeah.
And I didn't have time.
And he's been doing really well. His last, he's got also some vlogs and stuff. He's a really funny guy, really down to earth. Like, I like his raps a lot because he's like Logic, where he's just like a nerd.
Yeah.
And there's this line that he talks about where he's like, really all I want to do is play Assassin's Creed, watch my HBO shows in peace. Like, and I was like, yes, like, I love it. So, yeah, my fan's Kyle. So, if we can, before we get into Malcolm's 5, I gotta pee so bad. Shout out to Smoothie King.
Hey, we're back again. So, Dobie just gave you half of the 2017 XXL Freshman list, all right? He gave you Playboi Carti, Cap G, Kyle, Ugly God, and Amine. So I'm going to go with the other half of the list. First up is XXX Tentacion. All right. Learned from online YouTube this week that Tentacion means temptations, apparently.
Of course.
Yeah. So he's one of the guys that his antics outside of music are super a part of his popularity right now. Most recently, he got knocked out on stage while wearing no socks or shoes. Which is a crazy way to perform to me.
Yeah.
But he has beef with Rob Stone. Rob Stone made the song Chill Bill, which has the whistle beat to it. I actually really like that song.
That's a
not
good
gonna
song.
lie. That came out a while ago.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a good song. They have beef. A Rob Stone affiliate ran on stage like the Flash and just knocked him out.
He was out cold. Yep.
His body was slumped over. Although this was not a fatal attack, he was back on Instagram the next day talking crazy. He has sexual assault cases and allegations out there. The other drama when a lot of you guys first heard his name, was because he had his biggest song called Look At Me, all right? And he was accusing Drake of stealing his flow on this and using it for KMT, Kiss My Teeth, which was on the More Life playlist that Drake dropped earlier this year. So that's a little bit about XXX Tentacion. He's from Florida. He's been putting out music since 2014, but he's only gotten popular now. Apparently, he distorted part of Look At Me Now. The quality isn't that great, and he distorted it on purpose just for the sake of being different because he wanted to stay underground, which is hilarious. He dropped a project called Revenge not too long ago. There was a couple, I remember you liked a couple songs on there.
Like 2.
Yeah. This, as an artist, he's not for me personally. I can't see myself ever getting into him. He seems like he has some mental things going on. It's amazing how many people say that they really like him, though. And this is something that I just don't get. But once again, I didn't get Thug. I didn't get Thug when he came out either. So maybe this is an evolution thing where down the road I will start to like him. But he is the 10th spot winner, which means that over 300,000 people like voted in a small amount of time to get him in, which is crazy because you only need a certain amount, and he like it was by a landslide that he got in. So he's off. He's weird. His name is XXXTentacion. How do you think? How do you feel about him? Anything to add?
Honestly, he's just somebody who I really hope just fades away.
He won't be here long.
Like I like those 2 songs, but I did I go back and listen to him? No.
Yeah, no. I'm not feeling him.
I feel like Russ. I wish Russ was that 10th spot.
Yeah, so I actually have some people that I think should be on the list, and Russ is one of them. But I'm going to move on to the people who are on the list. The only female on the list was Kamaya, all right? So Kamaya is a 22-year-old. She's from Oakland, California. She's signed to YG 400. She's signed to that label. I like saying that a lot. I just like monikers and catchphrases. But yeah, YG picked her up from Oakland. She's on the Why You Hatin' hook featuring Drake. That's where a lot of you guys might have heard from her. So she's the one going, please tell me why you always hate. Why you hate? And it makes a lot of sense that she's from Oakland. I listened to her last project, all right? The last project that she put out was called A Good Night in the Ghetto. It is very Oakland, hyphy, whatever. And Why You Hatin' has that boom, 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 that hyphy thing, that E42 short thing. Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense. If you like that, she's dope.
Is she?
If you like that sonically. If you're not into the hyphy E40 bounce type thing, this is probably not for you. Me personally, it's not for me when I think of female rap, but I heard that she did a really good job on her freshman freestyle. Those will be coming out probably next week.
Can't wait.
So I can't wait to hear those.
Hopefully it's better than last year.
Yes. I think it will be because I heard Kyle killed it, and I heard Playboy Cardi did too.
Just to cut it real quick, and I am not trying to interrupt you every time. However, I will say last year's XXL Freshman list, I dogged on. But if you look at the list,
killed it.
They actually nailed the list in terms of like who's popular right now. Like they actually really did nail it.
They really killed it. Yeah.
So moving on.
So P&B Rock is next up. He's most known for a song Selfish that came out in 2016. I loved this song, actually. Selfish is really good. It came from an album called Going Through the Motions that I had. I think that it was... I don't think we reviewed that on this podcast. If we did, it would be in the first 2 episodes maybe. But Selfish is an R&B song. He never clarifies whether or not he's an R&B singer or a rapper. He actually doesn't have a bad voice. He puts you in the mind state of Fetty Wap. People compare them all the time. People have actually been trying to get them to beef a little bit too because they're so similar. But Fetty Wap is probably the most chill guy in the world. Like he doesn't really care about that, and it seems like P&B Rock is the same way. He was also on the Fast and Furious 8, the Fate of the Furious soundtrack for a song, and he is somebody that I think has potential, but I think that there's a lot of people coming out now just like Fetty Wap, so I think he's got to have to do something. He's got to do something to separate himself, but I don't mind him at all. P&B Rock, shout out to you for making the list. Next is A Boogie with the Hoodie. Very similar to P&B Rock in the fact that 2017 has been a cool-off period for them. That's why I was a little surprised that he was on the list. New York loves these two.
Really?
Last year, at the middle to end of the year, New York was about Young M.A., P&B Rock, and A Boogie with the Hoodie. They have those 3 controlled streaming in the region of New York, all right? Young M.A. with the hot, or not the hot, what was it called? The Stephanie, I call it Heffany, that song. You guys know what we're talking about. Ooh. Young M.A. with that, P&B Rock with Selfish, and A Boogie with the Hoodie with Jungle. They all came out at the end of 2016, had so much heat. There's a rumor that Drake was going to sign A Boogie with the Hoodie to OVO because he actually did a OVO photo shoot for their clothing line, and once people saw him in that owl hoodie, they went crazy and said, oh snap, Drake's gonna sign A Boogie. A Boogie decided to go with his own label and go /Def Jam, so He's with Def Jam. I think he has distribution through Warner Bros. Right now. So he's good as far as record labels go. But in the future, will we see him do some collabs with Drake? I think it's highly possible. Drake actually really likes A Boogie with a hoodie. He has a song called Jungle, and his last album that he put out, his first debut, is called Artist, which is actually his real name. And he's thinking about changing his name from A Boogie with the Hoodie to Artist. He thinks that A Boogie with the Hoodie is dope, but he's already kind of growing out of it and saying, okay, marketing wise, can I really be A Boogie with the Hoodie for that long and expect for the Saturday Night Lives of the world and Good Morning Americas of the world to accept me?
I think Boogie would be a good name though.
Boogie, I think just A Boogie would be fine.
A Boogie is good. Yeah.
So he is actually cooled down, just like PNB Rock is cooled down. They haven't put out anything that's very crazy in a long time, but I think eventually they will. Next on the list is Made in Tokyo, all right? Made in Tokyo is another one that I think might have an outside chance of making it because he's just so different. But he is from Atlanta, but born in Hawaii. He had Vine on fire with Uber Everywhere. That was a huge song on social media sites, Uber Everywhere. I downloaded that song because of Vine. That was my first Made in Tokyo song ever. And then I got the mixtape Thank You, Mr. Tokyo, that came out as well.
Was it good?
Yeah, there was like tracks like Skateboard P, which is another one featuring Big Sean.
Skateboard P.
Yeah, like I think
it's weird. I know the songs, but I didn't know I know the song.
Yeah,
right.
like he's one of those that I think because of internet and the Vines and everything like that, the song became more popular than he did.
Yeah.
It became big. That went platinum, by the way. So shout out to Made in Tokyo. I think he might have a chance of making it as well. And lastly, actually, no. A Boogie and Made in Tokyo. That's my whole list. So there you have it, guys. Let us know what you think. I have people that I think should be on. Do you have anyone that you think should be on?
I just said Russ.
Okay.
Young M.A. I heard people are rumored.
She turned it down, apparently.
Yeah, that's the rumor is she turned it down. L.A.
Yep.
I mean, I want personally Aha to be on it, but I don't think he's worked enough for it.
I think skill wise he's there, but not enough people know about it. And I have people like that on my list too.
Like Sauce All On Me, like come on. Like it's crazy to me how there's some songs in my opinion that I don't know how blow up, which makes you think like how many really good songs are out there that we have never heard. Cuz Sauce All On Me, I feel like it should have blew up. That song's so good.
I think, and once again, these people that I'm listing don't necessarily have the reach to be on the list, but they have the ability to be on the list. And me personally, this is what I would do. I love They.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that Ebro from Hot 97 said that that's the most underrated project.
Yeah, I agree.
That came out.
I can't believe I missed them.
It's dope. So I like Jordan Lucas. Black, I think Black would be huge.
Black would be the one to deny it.
Yeah, he would. Sid from the internet, I think that she'd be huge. SZA, I think that she'd be huge. So those are people who I think
SZA, I think,
possibly be on it.
Past her time.
It might be, and that was actually a conversation that I saw on Twitter where people were like, "That's why Young M.A. turned it down because they felt like she was bigger than the magazine already. Like she had gone past that. She's already doing her own solo press runs and everything like that, like SZA." So, but yeah, those are just a few names that I think would possibly be on it. So, the 2017 XXL Freshman list. Next year when it comes out, the 2018, we'll do this again, and then we can go back to this list and say who's still around.
Yeah, and last year, golly.
Last year they got a lot right, man.
They did. Look it up, guys. You got Anderson .Paak, Dave East, Lil Dicky. Those are your lyricists. But then they also got Kodak Black, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi Vert. What's the guy? I am the one that go. What's that guy's name?
Which one?
He has that song. I am no one that call. Absolute is his hit.
Oh yeah. Oh, Yachty was on last year's too.
Yeah, Yachty was on last year's too. Golly, I mean they got a lot right.
G Herbo.
Anyways,
designer.
yeah. He should
Yeah.
have just released a project. They were trying to milk him with singles.
I actually heard that Montana 300, someone who is known in the Peoria area, was close to getting on.
I believe it.
He did a freestyle and they loved it. And apparently he was very close, but they just thought that his reach needs to be a little bigger.
It does.
So once that happens,
He's been grinding. He'll get there.
Actually, his last song that I listened to was a remix. He's best on remixes.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm from Chicago, but caught my first body in Peoria, which I was like, whoa, because there's a huge.
Oh, gosh.
I won't get into it on here,
Dang,
but there's.
the fact he said that?
Yeah, I won't get into it in here, but there's a lot of things about
Speculation
about that in high school and during our
Sad.
time. So it was a little sketchy.
I mean, he didn't. Apparently, if I can remember correctly, like he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, but he's the one who called the hit.
That's the
rumor, right?
The rumor. R.I.P. Mario.
And I shook up with this man.
Yeah, I mean, he's around too. Like,
Is he still?
He lives in Chicago, but every once in a while he'll come up here. But for a while he wasn't coming up here because things were street level was a little
Shaky?
tough for him to come back. But he has interviews where he's talked about Peoria.
Yeah.
So to have him put that in a song was interesting.
wild.
So do your thing, Montana. Shout out to you, R.I.P. Mario, all that stuff. But
Gang.
shouts to shout out. We are going to get into I'm gonna beat the like fight night. This fight finally got done, man. It finally got done. They signed on the dotted line.
Man.
Conor McGregor,
August 26th.
Floyd Mayweather, the Notorious versus the Money. And I'm telling you right now, Floyd Mayweather is gonna dust McGregor, and I mean, it's gonna go 12 rounds probably because that's how Floyd fights. But you gotta touch somebody to knock him out, and I just can't see it right now.
One thing that benefits Conor is I think Conor's got a better chin than Floyd.
Probably yes.
Because boxing gloves are not as heavy.
Right.
So if they cut more than UFC gloves. However, I think you have to get kicked in the face. You know what I mean? Like you have to have a pretty strong chin.
And that
in
last
UFC.
the second jump he did with Diaz was a war.
Yeah.
War. And Diaz is one of the hardest hitters in the UFC.
Yeah. So I think we were talking about it with a colleague of mine, and he said for Conor McGregor to win this fight, he literally just needs to just take punches and back Floyd into a corner.
Yeah.
To get hits.
Conor's only chance is to scramble and run at him, lunge, but do it with some education. Don't just because people now Floyd hasn't knocked anyone out in years, but people have fought him. Canelo, other people have said that they weren't expecting his counter jab to be as powerful as it is because he is a pinpoint person. He knows how to score and he knows to get away. Score and get away. So people are saying because the glove is heavier and because Floyd knows like pinpoints on your nose and stuff like that, there's a chance that Conor could get a broken nose because like if he's lunging crazy, Floyd just knows how to boom and knock out. Like I really don't think McGregor's getting knocked out. But I think that at the end of the fight, McGregor's face will be a little jace because it's gonna be Floyd boxing, which means a lot of running.
This is literally only a win for Conor.
Yeah.
Because if Floyd loses, it's a loss for Floyd. If Conor loses, it's not really a loss.
Not only
You know
that,
what I mean?
boy, they haven't put specifics about the purse on this, but they said the gate.
Yeah, money.
The gate, which we're not even talking about pay-per-view. We're talking about the gate at the Vegas joint, and it's like 150 mil. We're not talking about pay-per-view yet.
Yeah.
And they leveraged that, and then I think they did a 60-40. Mayweather's taking the 60, obviously, because he's,
right.
Mayweather. But
like
if you lose, you are set for life.
Yeah.
If you lose. This is going to be okay for McGregor.
McGregor's so smart. Honestly, he's a genius.
He talked himself into a huge payday.
Yeah. But the pay-per-view is probably going to be like $150, so like you're going to have a watch party So like you don't
Yeah, man.
cost an arm and a leg with it. Because I actually do want to watch this fight.
Oh,
Like,
I'm gonna watch.
This is history.
For the people who are
This is
mad about this
history.
fight, you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you guys are so upset and said this is gonna ruin boxing, and Floyd's a chump for getting his 50th win and being the only boxer to do it in this style and do 50-0 by an MMA fighter. He's cheap. He's this. McGregor is gonna get killed. Blah blah blah. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch it. It's America. This is how things happen. This is a sideshow. For years, you've had a wrestler go against. People have always. It used to be what would happen.
Think about what UFC was originally.
Oh, originally you would have these huge
boxer versus jiu-jitsu.
obese Samoan sumo wrestlers against this little tiny guy. I mean, people would always say, what happens if Bruce Lee, someone who is more of the martial arts MMA world, were to fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
That's a dream scenario. So this is the modern day version.
I got
of
Bruce
that.
Lee.
Oh yeah, Bruce Lee's gonna mess Mike up. I'm sorry. Mike was crazy though. But yeah, man, I think this is Mayweather. I think it's Mayweather all day. He's gonna go 50-0. I will put money on it, and I'll say it right now. Mayweather is going to win this fight. That's how confident it is. I've bet against Mayweather before with boxers. I've bet against him. Not doing it again, man. I've seen how he fights now. It's gonna be a boring fight.
Do you think
the
it's
lead
been
up is
too
gonna
long?
be no. I think he's been working out.
That's why it's so. I think so too because it's been August. Yeah,
2
I know
months?
exactly 2 months.
You don't fool me, boxing. You don't fool me. He's fine. This is gonna be.
I can't wait though. I'm excited. Finally, the talk's over and we don't need to hear about Floyd Money Mayweather anymore.
And Dana White, shout out to Dana White for getting this done because he's gonna get a fat percentage.
Everybody wins.
Fat percentage, and he just sold the UFC like a year or two ago, so he's gonna line his pockets up. This is gonna be good.
All right, moving on to another. Warriors win. And
Salute to Peoria, Illinois' own Sean Livingston, 2-time NBA champion.
Hey,
man.
Sean's got to get a pay bonus, man. He's
Sean,
earned it.
Sean,
Him and Iguodala.
Iggy, man, he gave you 20.
You remember? Yeah,
Gave you 20.
Well, remember how he showed up too the first year? Remember, he was the MVP
He was
first
the Finals
time.
MVP.
Yeah.
Finals MVP. Man, Sean, he's somebody that went to my middle school, high school, then transferred away, and then won a bunch of titles. Went to state and whatnot. And for the Peoria area, there's a lot of basketball talent here, but not many make it. Make it.
Right.
And he's the only one who's made it this far in this way. Iguodala's from Springfield. It fills me with pride to be from the Midwest and kind of have this happen. So shout out to Sean, man. I don't know when his contract is up, but if he can stay in Golden State and just kind of live a good life, he's happy with his position. He's not like, oh, I need more time. He's the perfect role player.
Yeah.
Come in, give you a good 6 points, and leave. That's perfect.
Yeah,
all you
that's what you need. His turnaround Jays have been getting crispy.
Yeah, they're kind of ugly, dude.
Yeah.
He gets a little...
Yeah. I mean, KD balled out. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it.
KD.
Overall, I think LeBron still was the best player.
I think LeBron's the best player in the world.
But KD, man, he played his part.
Well,
And I think he was definitely the leader of that team.
I think
Steph closely behind.
I think during these playoffs, we saw the Warriors almost sweep the entire playoffs, but we saw them still defer.
Right.
This final series, this is no longer Steph Curry's team.
No,
And I think that this finals has proved that. Steph is over here, but this is Kevin Durant's team with some amazing role players. This is officially
he
KD's
balled out.
team, man.
I feel bad for LeBron. All people talk about are 3 and 5. I like Dillard's comments, how he says most players go 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like, it sucks, but it's a feat, you know?
it's a feat, but this does make me. I don't think that this hurts him, but I definitely think that some of the Mike versus him comparisons should die down.
However, the big
They should die
only
down.
comparison people throw out is that fact.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And so you have to, and then people go into the process of, okay, well, if it's championships that only matter, then Bill Russell destroys everyone.
well, yeah,
So
Bill Russell does. Just right.
anyways, Kyrie still
Kyrie's
his
amazing.
back was messed up. I mean, no one talks about it. It just makes you think though, if he was 100%.
I think he did pretty well in that game though.
No, he was zero. No, he was 0 for 6 or 4 in the fourth.
Oh, in the fourth. I was gonna say I saw him score.
No, yeah, in the fourth, dude.
I think Kyrie had a good series though. I think that there was two games that were
his
not
first
good for
two.
Kyrie.
It was okay.
Yeah, Darren. I don't think you're gonna come back to the Cavs.
No, you're not coming back to the Cavs. Tristan Thompson, you're garbage for not showing up until the last
That was
game.
hilarious. He showed up in the game before last, and he showed up in the last game. That's it. JR though, JR was playing for a role. JR, man. JR wanted to come back next season.
He did. He did his thing, dude.
Shout out to JR. He's dealing with a lot of off the court issues too with his young daughter. So he's playing.
Love it. So that was it. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a very exciting offseason.
Yeah. So today, Paul George just came out and said that he's staying with the Pacers.
Pacers, yep.
That's very interesting to see if that's all talk and maybe someone can lure him away with a trade. And maybe it's out of his hands, because he can say that all he wants.
Yeah.
But maybe Indiana can save a little money and ship him off and get something back instead of letting him go in free agency. A lot of times people think like that. So just because he says that he's a Pacer through next year does not mean that he's going to be on that roster next year. So we'll see who LeBron tries to go out and recruit. This team, as it is right now, cannot beat the Warriors. That's been proven now. They can't beat the Warriors in a series. They can beat them in a game. They can't beat them in a 7-game series.
Yep.
Not many can right now. If they stay together, they could be very, very, very scary. So, yeah, shout out to the Warriors, man. Congrats.
If Spurs get CP3, it's a possibility.
I don't know because they're still too old. Because if you think about it, Manu's be gone. Tony's probably done.
CP3 might actually be going to Houston, which would be scary.
Which would be weird, too, because
I
don't know how they would do that.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's a lot of speculation. Hayward apparently going to Boston. Jimmy Butler still kind of looking around. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man.
Drafts.
Huh?
We got some big names in the drafts.
Yeah, we got big names in the draft. I think that
so we'll see what happens.
Pick Lonzo, though. We'll see what happens, man.
Shoot, I'd pick Fox over everybody else.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. Because apparently, I just saw on my way over here that the Sixers and Celtics are thinking about doing a blockbuster deal with 4 other teams.
Dang.
For the number 1 pick. So we don't know what that means.
Dang.
We don't know what that means.
Dang.
So yeah, man.
And Ben Simmons is coming back, which I'm actually excited to see him play. We'll see what happens.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was really unfortunate. All right.
Believe in the process.
So transitioning to our top five. We are going to talk about our top 5 basketball players of all time. And we had to limit it to 5. We could probably go to top 15 if we really wanted to.
True.
So, yeah, man, let's kick it off.
All right, I'm going to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Let's get it out of the way so we can... I almost texted you and said, let's do top 5, not Michael Jordan.
That's true. But it's almost like, best, I think we did, best music videos and we're like Thriller,
right, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. MJs are killing it out here. I'm sorry, MJs, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, they're killing the game.
Space Jam. Jordans. He was an embodied. Even us at such a young age, I didn't even really understand sports, but I still knew who Michael Jordan was. You know what I mean?
I have a book that I got in the Accelerated Reader program in 1996. It's a book called Beyond the Game. Michael Jordan wrote. It's 15 chapters, very short book. But it's amazing.
Did you hear the Chameleonaire story about Michael?
That story's old, though. That story's been out. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
See, here's the thing. This is why LeBron has been growing on me as a person.
Because you don't do that.
LeBron, outside of basketball, is actually a really good person.
Yeah.
And does a lot for the community, right? I heard he's just doing $87 million for kids to get college tuition, which is insane. Mike hasn't talked about race issues in the community until recently. He was asked about hip hop and he literally hates he's hated on hip hop for a long time. hip hop is what made his shoe culture what it is today. So outside of the game, Mike is actually not that great of a guy at all.
No.
And that's a known thing. On the court, I think he's the GOAT, but off the court, I'd much rather be a LeBron guy.
Yeah. Or even Kobe, because Kobe's
Cool, man. Kobe's cool.
I like all of his interviews he did after he retired. They're really interesting. I mean, I have LeBron James on the list. I don't know if you do.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Because there's so many. Like, there's so many.
Oh, I know. But LeBron James is like, I think, when I really started getting into basketball was actually after the Laker time. So
Really?
I didn't grow up watching.
See, that makes sense.
You want to know my very first series where I actually like intently watched NBA playoffs?
What?
Were the Pistons.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until 7th, 8th grade where I really was like, yo, basketball is like really fun to watch. And two, I started playing basketball. And I think that's what intrigued me. Because back in South Carolina, we didn't play basketball.
Yeah.
And so in here, basketball was like big. Like everybody's like, yo, we're hooping on Fridays and stuff like that. And I didn't know how to play. But slowly but surely, everybody kept on talking about basketball, and you just naturally want to get into it because you want to have those conversations. So the Pistons with that 5 squad, and that's where my hate for the Spurs started, is because of the Pistons. As weird as that is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's why you probably, if you don't mind me guessing, you probably have Kobe Bryant.
So I did not put Kobe on my list.
Oh my gosh,
But the reason why I
2.
didn't put Kobe on my list is because I definitely grew up loving and watching intently basketball, especially playoffs. Love basketball playoffs forever. But I hated Kobe with a passion.
Oh yeah, you texted me that. You texted me
Yes.
that. I'm an idiot.
It wasn't until his last few years where he kept getting hurt that I was like,
dang, Kobe.
We're witnessing the demise of someone that literally is the heir apparent. LeBron's not the heir apparent to Mike. It's Kobe.
Right.
And their movements, their mannerisms,
Yeah.
everything that's Kobe. And I was like, Kobe's great, man. I love Kobe now. But I grew up just because I was a huge Sixers fan in those series against the Sixers. Also, I was a huge Sacramento Kings fan when they had Mike Bibby. Look at this roster that they had. Hito Turkoglu, Peja Stojakovic, Chris Webber, Doug Christie. They used to be stacked. And for years, it was the Lakers against the Sacramento Kings in a California rivalry at the Western Conference Finals. And there were so many questionable calls, and it turned out later that ref that was fixing games or whatever, he was the ref on some of those games. Yeah. So I had a huge grudge against Kobe for a long time.
That makes sense. Well, going back, LeBron James, though, he's been the first player who I've seen start from somewhere and end up being as great as he is. I love feeding off the LeBron hate. I don't know what it is. And so, yeah, LeBron James, he's somebody who I enjoy to watch. He's somebody he's got his basketball IQ is among the best too. There's no denying that as well.
Yeah.
So I got LeBron.
Keeping it LSU. Keeping it with talking about the Lakers. He was with Orlando. He was with Miami.
I got it.
Shaq Diesel.
I got Shaq.
Shaq Diesel.
Kazam. Right?
I am Steel. You remember the movie Steel?
Oh, snap.
Dude, Steel was lit. I watched it last year. I was like, yo, this is garbage. This is repug. This is Trinidad. Why did he make this? But it's still lit. He's the best. He's the best basketball player of all time.
I think Dillard still.
Dude. Old
Dillard has
Shaq.
bars.
Shaq has songs with Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah,
It went platinum. Twism or something it's called like that. Yo, Shaq's lit out here. What up, Big Diesel? I love Shaq, man. The most dominant player, the most dominant big man.
I think he's the best center
ever
that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because if you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was about finesse. Shaq was your man's...
Shaq's knocking you down on the floor.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That dirty dunk everybody shows.
Oh, my God.
Where you just...
he just
pushes him out of the way.
It's crazy.
No,
so, yeah.
Shaq's on my list too, and I remember when Shaq like broke a backboard and my dad like replay on the Sports Center. He's like, "What?" And yeah, Shaquille O'Neal,
Shaquille O'Neal, man.
definitely.
I love Shaquille, man.
You got another one?
Yeah. So Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
He is the top 3 two-guard ever. I do believe that.
Okay, Joe Budden.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I didn't miss that. But I mean, shout out to Joe Budden then. Oh, he said that on the
Everyday Struggle.
Everyday Struggle. I agree. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
I
love Dwayne Wade. I think that he is underrated. I remember watching the finals with Dwayne Wade back when he was very young, and you know how they have those games where there's a changing of the guard, and he was bald. He's so young, and he just took over the game single-handedly. I love Dwayne Wade, man. He's married to Gabrielle Union. Ayo. And there's Dwayne Wade, Chicago, man. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Love
Dwayne Wade. He's so likable.
He's a great guy.
T-Mac.
McGrady is also on my
No
list.
way, for real?
Yes,
Dude.
Yes.
T-Mac, I mean, there's just something about his play style.
Finesse.
I just loved watching him. There's just those players. Like, my next pick is a current player, and it's just there's somebody that you just love to watch them play. And even Paul Pierce said that T-Mac was one of the hardest people to guard against because he could elevate over you so high with his jump shots.
Listen,
which is what KD does, technically.
We talk so much about Jordan and his clutch shots.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about... So if you watch the Bad Boy Pistons 30 for 30...
So good.
How
Loved it.
Isaiah Thomas with his messed up ankle came back and poured in all those points. Does
Right.
a clutch performance. LeBron against the Pistons that first year. Clutch performance.
Mm-hmm. What was that, the last 26 points or something like that?
My brother.
Dude.
T-Mac against the Spurs. When he was with the Rockets. Was the single-handedly most incredible I was watching it live.
You watched it live?
Live on TNT, and it was late.
No way.
It was late. It was like 11:30 at night. Brother, that was the most incredible thing I had ever seen. Shots, I think it's still Mike. He's had the most clutch shots ever. Performances, though, I've never seen anything like it. And I don't know if we will. That was in... I think the only thing that comes close is LeBron against the Pistons. But T-Mac against the Spurs, that many points in seconds...
That was basically a miracle. But, and I was just sad at, because T-Mac, he started getting injured a lot, right?
He got injured a lot, and then he started kind of ring chasing. He was with the Knicks, and the Knicks had Marbury and Amari, and they thought that they were going to do something cool. And then he went to the Spurs, and I felt bad because the Heat won when he was with the Spurs, and I was like, man, I want Ray Allen to get a ring, but at the same time, T-Mac sitting over on that bench didn't play at all, but I still like him to not be one of the great.
Yeah.
He may be one of the greatest to never win a ring. T-Mac is that good.
Him and AI.
Yeah. T-Mac's that good.
No, I love T-Mac.
Yeah. T-Mac, man.
Yeah. Here's just, like I said, one of those players. So to go into my next one, I had to pick a president, Kyrie Irving. He is my favorite player to watch right now.
I like his attitude. I like his play style.
Everything.
Only thing I don't like about him is that he went to Duke, but other than that,
I know that he was only there. He only went there because he had to.
Oh yeah, it was a half a season.
So, Kyrie Irving, even the basketball greats are just so impressed with how this kid drives. And I think it was interesting how KD was. Did you see him clap back at that fan? He's like, but what does that have to do with this handles?
Yeah.
Anyways, but he basically said he thinks Kyrie has better handles than AI.
Let's talk about it because my next one's Iverson. So this is perfect. Let's talk about it. I'm old enough to have witnessed Iverson.
He crossed up MJ, but who has Kyrie not crossed up?
True, very true.
Iverson.
Here's what I haven't seen from Irving yet. In these playoffs, we saw Irving take over on a half-court system on the offensive side.
Right.
and be amazing against Boston at some clutch points, right? And we're like, this is amazing. He's literally the closer. AI is better, in my opinion, because, he would steal the ball and run all the way down, make a layup, come back. He would block more shots than people think. Overall, AI's game was bigger.
Now, do you think, though, that they called more reach-in fouls now than they did back then?
Probably. The fouls have went up considerably, yeah.
But AI, I was thinking about AI. He was, like, next on my list. But I felt like I had to put Kyrie in because I really, truly do love watching this kid play.
Yeah.
Without AI, there would be no Kyrie.
No. AI birthed the little man storm that came with the scoring.
Yeah.
There were no little men. Little men were point guards. They see the floor because they're so low.
Yeah.
They pass well, but they were never known for, like, really scoring that well. Unless we're talking about Isaiah Thomas, but there would be no Isaiah Thomas, the current Isaiah Thomas, if there was no AI. There'd be no
Nate
Irving, Nate Robinson, Lillard.
There'd be no Steph.
Like, AI brought so much to the game, and we're lucky enough to have been around to actually, this is crazy, witness a period where AI, Stephon Marbury, and Steve Francis were in the league at the same time and competing every night. Like,
that's true.
It's insane. It's insane. That point guard play used to be out of this world.
AI, I mean, what's not to like about the guy?
I will say an honorable mention for me was Jason Williams, the original White Chocolate, who was on the Vancouver Grizzlies. Then he was with the Kings.
Yeah, no. His highlight reel is insane. Like, you see that come through Facebook every now and then. Bro, it's ridiculous.
He's one of the first people to drive and do the fake behind the back and pass at full speed.
As weird as it sounds, like, my old school player that I respect for, like, an odd reason, but I just really like watching his highlights, Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete's lit.
Dude, because Pistol Pete, if you think about it, he was one of the first to do handles like that.
Yo, Larry Bird.
Yo, Larry Bird's got a good highlight.
I was a Mike guy, and so Larry Bird, like, the weirdness between who's better, Larry Bird or Magic, or Larry, Mike, or Magic, back in the day. Mm-hmm. I was too young to understand the Larry thing, right? And I started really watching after he was already pretty much gone.
Right.
But I would see highlights and, like, I mean, he can't stick his tongue out and just go crazy.
Right.
Now that I'm older and see Larry Bird, like,
yo, he can
shoot over.
White boy can play.
He could shoot over anyone. He had a very high basketball IQ too. Very.
All right, moving on, guys. We had a lot for you today. Malcolm, go over what we had before we get into the last
Guys,
segment.
we went over our 2017 XXL Freshman list. We introduced you to the cast and characters. We talked about our good, bad. Dobie talked about E3. I talked about my schedule. We gave you new music. Go get 2 Chainz, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. Make sure you go get Beautiful Thugger Girl by Young Thug. There's a slew of singles that came out as well. Make sure you listen to all of those. Then we gave you our top five favorite NBA players. And now we are closing the show with 101 conversation starters for couples.
Hey, shout out to the professor in hot sauce.
Hey,
because you said NBA players, and I was like, remember that A1? Dude, A1 mixtape was hype back when we were in middle school.
What was it?
Escalade
and Baby Shaq and Spider. You remember Spider?
Spider?
Who would flip up and then cross his legs when he dunked, dude? It was so
Anyway,
lit.
sorry.
Shout out to N1.
All right, so this is your 101 conversation starters for couples. We are going to ask a lovely question here today.
What's that?
What famous person, deceased, would you have liked to have met? Would you like to have met? Famous person, deceased. And we'll say not Jesus. Just to keep it
Yeah.
interesting.
That's actually really hard, man.
Tupac.
I'll go Biggie. That's a good little nuance. I
mean-
was between Aaliyah, Biggie, and Jimi Hendrix, but Aaliyah and Biggie are up there for me.
Yeah. I would probably say Tupac just because if that means like if he could come in, I would want to hear Tupac on what he thinks the climate is right now. Like I want to know what he would think just as a culture because he was pretty much moving the culture at that time.
If Pac was around, things would be very different.
Mm-hmm.
Before he died, he was actually going to leave Death Row, start his own company, start putting out films and music, and he was thinking about taking things a very different
I didn't know that.
way.
Oh, dang.
Tried to get out of his contract. Suge was like, "There's a lot of money involved here."
Dude, I hate Suge.
So Suge gave him Death Row East, right? And said, "You want your own thing, do it through Death Row." Which, if you do Death Row East, then you're still conflicting with Nas and Biggie the way he had been. So, unfortunately, we never got to see
what would have been.
What would have been.
When Joe mentioned it, I didn't like it's hard to realize they died at the age we are. That's wild.
Jay-Z.
That's scary, man.
Jay-Z's older. Bun B is older. These are people we've been able to see change, right? Bun B sipping on some scissor, like, that's not him anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's about gumball races. He's about the community.
Right.
Jay-Z's a completely different person.
Yeah, that's so true.
So I know we like to think of Pac as thug life, crazy, blah, blah, blah. But
oh, he would have been an entrepreneur.
he was turning and was really going to do something for the community. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. It's his birthday today, actually. So rest in peace to Tupac. Happy birthday.
And apparently that movie is garbage.
I've seen like Variety, Rotten Tomatoes, like the bigger things like really kill it, and I've seen the music community like it.
I've seen the music community kill it.
Really?
50 Cent called it trash.
Really?
Yes, called it
Dang.
trash. And like
I didn't
people
see that.
also who, my Twitter feed.
That sucks.
My Twitter feed says it's garbage.
I hadn't seen it, but that sucks.
That makes me sad.
That sucks.
Apparently, it's not cohesive at all. It's
Well,
just
I heard that what gets you through the movie is that the dude looks
like Tupac,
and a scary
but that sucks.
resemblance. And then I heard too that his mannerisms, like he watched hours and hours, and I heard that like and I'm talking about the bad reviews that I read. They said that is the only
thing that
saving
kept them
grace is the
interested.
fact that you were watching it and you were like, it would give even people who hated the movie, it gave them goosebumps because his mannerisms and it was Tupac, like it was
Yeah.
that. But they said the story around him was terrible.
They said it's like fragmented memories. You know, like
yeah.
they said it's with Straight Outta Compton. It was a very progressive, linear story. Like there was an up and down and stuff. They say with this, it's just so sporadic and it feels like nothing really connects or anything, which really sucks. That
Sucks, man. Happy birthday, Tupac. I'll probably still see the movie eventually, but yeah.
Dang.
Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get something to do it justice. Tupac.
We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. That was episode 20. It was packed full.
Full episode 20.
We full. We got 20s on the rims. Hey, I got 20s on the rims.
Give it to him.
I got 20s on the rims. I got
20 on the rims.
I got
Please don't
20s
scratch
on
my
the
tins.
rims and they still
I go
spinning.
off,
I got
breaking
20s on
auction
the rims
limbs.
and we still
Everybody
winning.
know
That's a
how the
pound
market
show
flows.
when we not
Every time we
sinning.
do,
That's a
every time we
pound
go,
show when we
we
stay
just wanna
winning.
know.
We gave you
We just stay on
NBA
road.
talk in that video
Everybody see
games.
it.
We gave
Please
you all the.
believe it.
Okay, sorry. I tried. No,
Guys, my name is Malky. To my right, we have,
Dobie,
and we represent 2 mics,
2 friends.
and 1 show,
The
the Daps and Pound Show. Bye!
Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen.
Too sweet. Let's go. We've done it. Episode 20. We here. Shouts to shout. Gang, 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 gang.